It's no secret that most of us petrol heads love to keep their vehicles in top shape, and apart from the mechanical maintenance and service, detailing plays an important role here. We have covered some interesting detailing videos in the past, you can find their link in the description. I always try to protect and condition parts like this which are non-painted, and over the time due to age and exposure to the sun and heat, they fade out. But my experience with most vinyl and plastic detailing products have been okayish, but they leave behind that oily and greasy residue which later makes that surface a dust magnet. And thankfully most of them don't hold for long. I would like to point out a couple of parts on my RTR 200 and the G310R which might require some attention. There was an incident of brake fluid spill on my RTR 200's mudguard. Brake fluid being corrosive in nature did its job well, and you can see that proof in the form of this washed and faded streaks. The side panel also needed some attention. Similarly, I love the center panel on the tank of the G310R with these patterns all over it. I did use a regular vinyl and plastic dresser on it, but it did not make much difference. So I went ahead and purchased the Turtle Wax Trim Restorer, which costs around 2 to 3 times the price of our regular plastic detailing products. But right on the pack, it guarantees amazing results. Let's start this off with the brake fluid attack surface. As you can see, any amount of basic cleaning and washing does no effect on this part. At first, we will begin with a small amount of application with the help of the microfiber cloth. Trim Restorer has got a thick corn syrup like consistency, and like most Turtle Wax products, it smells good. With a light-handed application followed by a buff after 5 minutes did show a slight sign of improvement. So I decided to go ahead with some direct application on the affected surface. The product was spread across the plastic surface with the help of the microfiber cloth and left undisturbed for the next 5 minutes. The Trim Restorer has got a slippery conditioner like feel to it, so make sure keep it away from breaking parts like the disc plate, brake pads and the contact patch of the tire. While this settles down, let's move ahead to the side panel, which is more likely to be the sample zone for most motorcycles. Let's begin this by cleaning up the side panel. I am using a regular non-wax 3M shampoo for this. Why 3M? Because this video is not sponsored by Turtle Wax. The panel was completely wiped and dried off before starting off the Trim Restorer application. I am following the overlapping pattern for this application, and I guess the results are already visible on the screen. The final result is definitely making this look like a new panel, but I should make this clear that this is not like those wet looks that leaves behind the oily and greasy residue. The Trim Restorer leaves almost no residue behind. Now it's time to wipe up and check the mudguard. Well, it is looking much better than before. Of course, the brake fluid damage is still visible, but now it is blending a lot better than before. Also, please note that this was a kind of out of syllabus test for the Trim Restorer, as it never claimed to restore any chemical damage, which is mostly considered as a permanent damage in case it happens with brake fluids. The Trim Restorer application was also done on the non-painted plastic panel on the G310R, and it did a good job. As it can be seen, even small amount of Trim Restorer spreads well and covers a decent surface area. The surface does feel smoother after the application of the Trim Restorer, and there is that little bit of hydrophobic beading effect on the surface which makes the cleaning job easier. In my case, after 3 washes and close to 2 months, the Trim Restorer easily showed its effect on the surface for the second month. With the current experience, I will try to redo this application once in 2 months, which will retain and leave behind that conditioner-like effect. Coming to the verdict, I must say that Turtle Wax has done an amazing job with the Trim Restorer, and I really liked it, especially with the one-step application that does not consume your entire weekend. Compatibility with both plastic and rubber trims makes the Trim Restorer flexible as a multi-purpose product that does not leave behind any sticky or oily residue. Let me know in the comments if you have any other product suggestion with which we can plan another comparison content. So that's it for this video, and I hope you guys have liked it.